some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Pigskin pun. Get you some. Pigskin pun. Get you some. What the? What the? What the? What the? What the?
Mike's thoughts. You know what really grinds my gears? Youth football parents. Yep, the ones over there on the sidelines screaming at volunteer coaches like they're calling plays at the Super Bowl. Every Saturday, every Sunday, I see dads pacing up and down the fence line. I see moms yelling at, why is my kid starting quarterback? Because he sucks, Karen. Why he's not getting enough carries? Or why didn't the coach call a pass play on 3rd and 12 for their NFL future star? But here's the thing. When the league sends out email begging for coaches, begging for volunteers, begging for you to step up to help these little kids, when they say we need assistance, we need somebody to hold a clipboard, somebody to roll drills, somebody help us, we hear crickets. We hear silence. Nobody raised a hand. Everybody had an excuse. I don't have time. I don't know enough about football. But now all of a sudden, you're Bill Belichick with the headset and a playbook? Please, let's make this crystal clear. Youth football coaches aren't getting paid. They are volunteers. They're out there running practices 3 nights a week, teaching your kids how to block, teaching your kids how to make tackles, teaching your kids how to put on helmets, teaching your kids how to strap up their pads, while trying to keep 25 other kids focused while half of them are chasing butterflies. And then Saturday or Sunday rolls around, and they're giving up their weekend to coach your kid in a game that has nothing to do with their ego and everything to do with teaching teamwork, discipline, and hard work. Meanwhile, you're on the sidelines second-guessing every call. When you couldn't even bother to show up when help was needed. Meanwhile, so here's the deal. If you didn't step up and coach, you don't get to run your mouth from the bleachers. Period. Unless you're willing to trade your camp chair for a whistle, a plate sheet, and a busted kid asking coach, do I go left or do I go right? Then your opinion is about a useful as a water boy with an empty jug. Parents, let the coaches coach. Support the kids. Clap when they make a tackle. Clap when they miss one, because it's all not about you. It's about teaching them to love the game. It's about them growing the game. It's about them coming back next season and becoming better and better and better. Because without volunteers, there is no youth football. None. Period. So unless you're ready to lace up the cleats and help out, sit down, shut up, and let the coaches do their job. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw, steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation, guys? And welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk. And I'm so glad you are with us here today. But before diving into today's action, guys, let me tell you a little bit about Man Hour Radio. Head over to manhourradio.com. That is where you can grab all the exclusive merchandise, check out the latest blogs, and stay up to date everything in the NFL landscape of the world. If you're repping the Man Hour, guys, that is the place to do it. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and don't be a hoe, share the video with your friends. It's the best way to stay connected. It's the best way to help us grow. It's the best way you never miss a damn live show. But wait, there is even more. Yes, there's more. You can become a Pigskin Pundit. That's our members-only community. We get free entry into all of our weekly NFL pick'ems. You get exclusive merchandise for free. By the way, third quarter merch is getting ready to roll out. And you get the afternoon drive. The afternoon drive is where I sit down and I shoot the shit with you guys. It is what it is. Now, guys, remember, this is a live, interactive show, so comment down below. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions and your hottest of the hottest takes. We're all about that conversation, so let's get into the comments, see what the people are talking about. We got the old man Rivers in the chat. He says, 60-year-old Cabana boy sitting in Vegas. Old man Rivers living that Vegas life, loving Vegas, man. Old man River, enjoy life, brother. Enjoy life, enjoy life. He's a pigskin punters. Get you some. Yes, sir.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
And old man River says, hey, it's a part of coaching, Sparky. Hey, do not shoot the messenger, but it is a part of coaching. It is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. But you know what? Shut up, Karen. My man Alpha Rob's in the chat today. He says, what up, Buck? Seems like you had enough of annoying parents. Let it out, big guy. Listen, it's only week 2, brother. In Little League, it's only week 2, and yes, we have had enough. We have had enough. I'm coaching my son's flag football team. I got a fight with the coach last week. Like, what? Simmer down now, Buck. It's not high school. Slow it down, baby. But it is high school season, guys, here in Southern Indiana. And it is what it is. And it's the executive decision the old man Rivers let the hot moms play. Not wrong. All right, guys, but it is NFL time. We are, roughly 2 weeks away from the NFL season. We're sitting up here August 18th, 2025. We got the Commanders taking on the Bengals right there on preseason week number 2, wrapping up final preseason week number 2, guys. But we do got a great show for you lined up today. We are back here on the grind, and we got to start off with the top. We got to talk about the one and only, the Caleb Williams. Put them respect on the man's name. But guys, forget what you know about the Chicago Bears. Forget about it. Overrated, 500, never 4,000-yard passer. Forget about it, because Caleb Williams is here, baby. Ben Johnson is calling the plays, and the Chicago is dreaming big. A second-year quarterback aiming for 4,000 yards passing this season, 70+% completion percentage, and a playoff berth? I say slow it down, baby. No. I say that's bold and daring. But, guys, can it actually happen? Or just another Bears fantasy? Guys, let's break it down. Let's break down the potential of Caleb Williams. Because when you look at Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, guys, all the signs point to Caleb Williams having the talent to chase those goals. The 4,000 yards passing, the 70% completion percentage, a playoff berth. They're all tangible goals that the Chicago Bears just might get here in 2025. Because if you think about it, guys, the NFL is a passing league. Get that hair out of my mouth. It's a 17-game schedule, and there's more opportunity than ever with Ben Johnson at the helm. Guys, Ben Johnson comes from very high-powered offense in there, Detroit, where he was the offensive coordinator. He knows how to move the ball efficiently. Put Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson together. You are looking at ingredients for something special. You are looking for the ingredients of a Super Bowl-bound team. Now, I understand it's preseason. And let me bring this to life. What I saw on Sunday night in preseason from Caleb Williams got me excited. And you guys understand here on the Man Hour, we don't get excited about Chicago Bears football in May. We don't get excited about Chicago Bulls football in June or July or hell, even August, September, October, November, December. We don't get excited about Chicago Bears football, but the city of Chicago got a glimpse of the excitement of Ben Johnson, of Caleb Williams can bring to this offense. On the first dive, guys, Caleb Williams connected with the tight ends, Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet on back-to-back plays when he hit Hovland for an 18-yard gain facing on 3rd and 5. Caleb Williams then threw a dart to Zagakis, however you say his name right, who was a speedster to break past 2 defenders for a 36-yard touchdown. Something is brewing in Chicago. It is getting excited is a real deal. Caleb Williams ran another drive after that. Now, it wasn't as clean as the first one. Let's not get it twisted, but he still looked confident in Ben Johnson's play calling, completing 6 for 10 passes for 107 yards and a touchdown. Even though it's preseason, it's a preview of what kind of offense the Bears are hoping to build. Matter of fact, it's a preview of what the Chicago Bears are building right now. So all you naysayers out there, it's just preseason. It's just preseason. But then in the same breath, those same naysayers, Old Man River, Alpha Rob, Jim, he sucked in the preseason. He's going to be a boss. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Isn't that what the old people say? But guys, here's the question. Can Caleb Williams become a top 10 quarterback in the NFL this season? Not 3 years down the road, not 2028, not 2029. This season, Can he become a top 10 quarterback this season? Talent-wise, guys, he is absolutely capable. But the Chicago Bears have a long, long way to go to turn that potential into consistent win. They have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. Let me repeat that. They have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. 10 of their 17 games are against playoff teams from 2024. From last season, their games all piled up together has a winning percentage of nearly 600. Think about that. Just think about that. But at the end of the day, guys, it's still Chicago. At the end of the day, it's still Chicago. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. At the end of the day, it is still Chicago. So, guys, I want to hear from you. Do you guys think Caleb Williams will hit the 4,000 yards, 70% completion percentage rate, and lead the Chicago Bears to the playoffs? Or is it the reality of Chicago is just too much for the second-year quarterback? Guys, drop your comments down below. It's a live interactive show, and let's get into it. Is Caleb Williams going to be the man, the myth, the legend? Alpha Rob simply puts no. He says, no, it's not going to happen, but you need to slow your roll, baby. You understand it's August, Buck. Alpha Rob says, let me repeat that, Buck. You understand it's August. Alpha Rob, I know the man-hour rules. I have the man-hour Bible right here. In verse 17, paragraph 3, in the Corinthians chapters, do not get excited about Chicago Bears football in August. But damn it, I can't help myself, baby. Thou shalt feel no evil, because Chicago Bears are going to rain down on the NFL this season, baby. Make it happen. Come on. You guys got to admit, the hype is real in Chicago. You guys got to admit, the hype is real in the NFL about the Chicago Bears, about Ben Johnson, about Caleb Williams, about Roman, DJ Moore, and those guys. It's a match made in heaven. I can't help but get excited. And if I'm this excited, what do you think about Beastie Combs? Jeez, man, slow it down, but slow it down. Alpha Old Man River says, from fourth place in the North, are you drinking Stenero? I'm not drinking. I'm drinking this Sam's Club energy or sports drink. Mixed berry. It's a blue flavor. Actually pretty good. I'm not drunk. I'm 100% sober. And I can't, and Alpha Rob, Old Man River, John, you guys are correct. What is going on with Buck's life right now? Why is he hyping up the Chicago Bears? I just love me some Chicago Bears right now. I love what they're doing in this preseason. I just love it. And Alpha Rob says it's just a fantasy. Let's see how he looked when the bullets are not real or are real and not rubber. So Alpha Rob, I can see both sides of this coin, right? Yes, it was against the quote second string backups, right? But at the same time, those backups are legitimately fighting for their lives. They're legitimately fighting for their future, legitimately fighting for a playoff or a spot on a team, a chance to make millions upon millions of dollars. They're making what, like $100 a game right now? They had nothing to lose. Granted, they're not the best of the best. But what did they say about a dog never back a wounded dog into a corner? That's what those defenses were last night. They were a wounded dog back into a corner. Yes, I understand the not real bullets. I understand second streamers. I understand that, you know what? Caleb Williams it may not be the man that's a myth, the legend, but you cannot help but get excited about the Chicago Bears. You cannot help but say, damn, you know what? Maybe Ryan Poles did take a little something from Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe he knows how to build a team from within. Granted, it took a little while. Took a couple years. 3 coaches. 2 quarterbacks. But hey, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, they coming down. And when I asked, will Caleb Williams break 2,000 yards or 4,000 yards? Oh, hell no. Excuse me. Not even a no. Oh hell no. Caleb Williams isn't going to break 4,000 yards this season. Old Man River, obviously, you are a Detroit Lions fan. You are a hater of every NFC North team. The Bears, the Vikings, the Packers. You hate those guys, right? Now, is this your fandom talking? Or is it actually realism talking? Because Ben Johnson is doing good things. Caleb Williams is doing good things. Don't sleep on him. Alpha Rob says, Bears are going to do bear things, which is lose. Hey, what did the Cincinnati Bengals do last year? They lost a lot of games. They played from behind in a lot of games. On the other hand, Joe Burrow put up a lot of yards. Jamar Chase put up a lot of yards. So when you're consistently losing, playing from behind, it gives you more passing opportunities to get the 4,000 yards, to get the 70% completion percentage, to get a playoff berth, right? It gives you more opportunities. But hey, you know what? I need to go over to the Man Hour Bible, which is at manhourradio.com. Thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. Thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. Thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. Man. Old Man River says, nah. Every team wants what Detroit has. Is that an overrated coach, overrated offense, and a one and done in the playoffs? Every team wants that, baby. Pile it up. Pile it up. That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be 15-2 and then be a first round exit in the playoffs. My man Jim Powell is in the chat today. What's up, Jimmy? He says you can't help but get excited about the Bears. Only if you're in Gatlinburg and they offered you a picnic basket. Thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. You know what, guys? I'm going to write a Bible verse, the Man Hour Bible, and that is going to be the first paragraph. And a long, long time ago, I don't know how the Bible starts, but thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. It is what it is. So, guys, what do you think? Will Caleb Williams be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL this season? Will he break 4,000 yards this season? Can he lead the Chicago Bears to the playoffs this season? Can he get 70% completion percentage this season? I'm going to say no, and no. Unfortunately, Caleb Williams, it's another repeat of last season. Sorry, brother. It is what it is. It is what it is. But all right, guys, let's cut to the chase. Let's cut through all the fluff. Let's cut through all the hype. Let's cut through all the BS because the Bengals need to cut ties with Trey Hendrickson right now. I know. It sounds dramatic. It sounds crazy, but hear me out. Guys, here's the situation. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson are at a total impasse as of right now. Either side is willing to budge. And honestly, I get it. I see it from both perspectives. Trey is one of the premier league pass rushers, deserves top-of-the-line money. He is the reigning sack leader, 17.5 sacks last season. And the Bengals, well, they're trying to balance the salary cap and a long-term T strategy. But guys, here's the kicker. After watching film from last week's game versus the Philadelphia Eagles, guys, the Bengals defense, how do I put this lightly? They suck. They're terrible. They have more holes than a 45-year-old's man underwear. A single man. Right, John? Listen, I'm not exaggerating. This is the truth. This defense isn't exactly a fortress. And while Trey Hendrickson is phenomenal, the team might as well get value by him and moving on now. Get the trade picks, maybe get a player, do whatever, move on from Trey and build for next season. 2025 season is done, over with. Your defense is going to suck. It is what it is. Look, Trey Hendrickson's contract saga has been dragging on all off season. NFL Network's insider Ian Rappaport has reported that the Cincinnati Bengals are now listening to trade offers and that the talks have stalled. Any deal would probably be expensive, like involving a young player plus a future draft pick, and that's the point. The Bengals can turn a stalemate into an asset for next season, i.e. look what the Raiders did with Khalil Mack just a couple years ago, right? mean, like, do not get it twisted. Trey Hendrickson has been a complete stud. 77 career tackles, Pro Bowls every year since 2021, 17 and a half sacks in each of the last 2 seasons, 2 forced fumbles, 46 tackles, 6 pass defense, all-pro selection. The list goes on and on and on. And oh, by the way, a second place finish to Defensive Player of the Year. The man has earned every bit of top-tier money, and he's asking for it. And while the Bengals hesitate, others in the league, Max Crosby, Danielle Hunter, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt are all cashing in, baby, getting those millions upon millions of dollars. Trey Hendrickson is watching, he's waiting, he's analyzing, and all rightfully so. So, guys, here is the dilemma. This is the yes and no, double-edged sword, damned if you don't, dapper-drain, right? If the Bengals trade him, they lose one of the league's best pass rushers. It is what it is. Their defense is already weak. Their defense sucks, right? But keeping him in a standoff risks more distractions, more disconnect, and zero production guarantees. With the regular season clock ticking, they can't afford to draw out the saga anymore. It is what it is. Players like rookie Shamir Stewart are part of the situation. They're not like Henderson yet, but it could get a lot worse. So, guys, here are my thoughts. I have seen enough. The Bengals need to get a deal done. Not just for their sanity, but for the team's long-term plan. Get draft picks, maybe a younger player, and move forward and stay stuck in the impasse. It's a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes the directions are necessary. Decisions are necessary. Making a move is necessary. Sitting there with your hands on your butt and thumb up your butt is not doing anything. So here's my question for you guys in the comments below. Should the Bengals cut ties with Trey Hendrickson now? Trade him. Whoever comes with an offer, listen to it, get the draft capital, and move on. Or do you think they should keep him? Hope the stalemate resolves itself, and they risk another messy season, whatever. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments down below. This is a live interactive show, so let's get into it. But before, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. And remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. So let's get into your comments. Old Man River says, plain and simple, send them to me, baby. I'm in Vegas. I can be his pool boy, and Max Crosby needs a right-hand man. Or would it be a left-hand man? Whatever. Either way, send him to Vegas. Listen, the Las Vegas Raiders just cut ties with Christian Wilkins. Now, I'm not for sure how much of that money they're going to have to eat, but they're going through the whole arbitration process and like all that crap, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But if they do truly got the cap space still, if they do truly have the room still, that would be dangerous. You have 2 of the highest paid defensive ends on the same team. Not only the highest paid, but the most production, the meanest, nastiest white boys on this side of the Mississippi. Damn, slow it down, baby. As a Chiefs fan, you can see we're champions, baby. I understand Vegas fans haven't seen that for a long time. But listen, that got me a little scared. I ain't gonna lie. My PP decided to come in a little bit of inverts going on. If that were to happen, with a little bit of Geno Smith doing what he's doing right there in Vegas, playoffs are not out of reach. Playoffs are not out of reach. Jim Powell says they're going to be 7-10 with him or without him. 100% facts, Jim. Preaching for the choir.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
The Bengals are going to be a team that's playing from behind all season long. Trey Hendrickson does not make or break this defense. It didn't last year, not going this year either. Trade him, get out of town. Raiders have the cap space. They do. You know who else has a cap space? The New England Patriots have the cap space. And they need a player like Trey Hendrickson. You know who else has a cap space? The Buffalo Bills can make it work too. That would be dangerous. That could be dangerous. Alpha Rob says, if Trey isn't there, that defense is going to give up 30 points per game. On the other hand, Alpha Rob, if Trey is there, they're giving up 26 points per game. Because unfortunately, a game-wrecking defensive end can be contained. You don't have to block him. You don't have to chip him. You simply just got to run the other way. Simply run the other way. Yeah, he might get a couple sacks on you. He might do this. Just run the other way. Yes, think about it. What, 2016, 15 range, Darrelle Revis. Revis Island, as they call it. Locked down a whole half the field for the New York Jets. He was spectacular. He was amazing. He was great. You know what teams did? Threw the other way. Still beat the New York Jets over and over and over again. That is why players like cornerbacks and defensive ends and outside linebackers, as they're valuable, they can be dominant, but you can also beat them any way you want. Simply run the other way. It is what it is. Run the other way. Or in Micah Parsons' case, run right at the glazy son of a bitch. It is what it is. Alfred Robb says he's their only hope on defense. Shamir Stewart's doing great things. Stewart is doing so. Let's talk about Shamir Stewart just a little bit, right? So obviously, this whole saga dates back to last season. Carried over into February, into March, into April, and now we're in August. I think the Bengals drafted Shamir Stewart because they highly anticipated Trey Hendrickson not being there. He's already been on the trading block once before the NFL draft. No teams really bid. Asking price was probably a little bit too high. Let's just be honest about it. They still had time to sort things out. They still had time to figure things out, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But now we are getting 2 weeks into the NFL season. We're 2 weeks from the NFL season. Matter of fact, we're nearly exactly 2 weeks away from the NFL season. NFL preseason week 3 starts Thursday. Now the asking price is like, hey, do you want to deal with this in the offseason or during the regular season, or do you just want to move on from them? Like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dwayne Bowe. They had a very high asking price. Season started, they released him, and every team knew it. The Cleveland Browns picked him up. He didn't do a whole lot of shit, but hey, it is what it is. Old Man River says he is Raider material, baby. He 100% is Raider material.
Big skin pun. Get you
He just looks like that asshole, you know? When you think of black and silver, when you think of the Las Vegas Raiders, the LA Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, when you think of the Raider, the shield and the patch, you think of asshole. And he might be a great guy. Hell, I think his wife's an RN or something like that, right? They obviously have kindness in their hearts. I have kindness in my hearts too. But the minute you step across that white line, no friends, baby. No friends. Put your ass in the dirt, put your dick in a booty hole. That's just what it is. Alpha Rob says, who can afford him? Not Super Bowl teams. Ooh, shots fired from Alpha Rob. Alpha Rob, slow it down, baby. The Patriots are building. They got $60+ million in cap space. The Raiders are building. They got $45, $50 million in cap space. There are teams out there that are, but you're right. Most of the Super Bowl teams are already built, ready to go. They're not in this dilemma. This is why the Bengals will never win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow as of right now, or whoever the general manager is. It's just not going to happen. They had a nice little run about 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, whatever it's been. But yeah, Bills can probably afford them. They can rearrange some money and make it work, right? Ravens can't afford them. Chiefs can't afford them. Lions can't afford them. Rams can't afford them. Eagles, somehow they always have money, but they probably can't afford them. But yeah, you are right. Old Man says you put him next to Max and the Raiders win the West. Raiders Nation for life.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
They definitely have a very good opportunity to compete for the West. If they add Trey Hendrickson along with a healthy Max Crosby and Geno Smith playing just average football, ranked 15, 14, 13th quarterback rank, they have a very good opportunity to win the West. But guys, what do you think? Should the Raiders trade Trey Hendrickson? I'm saying yes. Trade the man and trade him now. Guys, it's time for buy or sell. All right, guys, so it is time for buy or sell, and here's how it works. We throw out a bold take. We bold out a bold question, and we decide. You decide. We all decide, are we buying it or are we selling it? Buying it means you're in. You like the idea, you believe it, and it makes sense. If you're selling it, you're out. You don't like it, you're not convinced, and you're shutting it down. So, guys, let's get into it. A little bit of buy or a little bit of sell. All right, guys, so the first buy or sell of the day, we're going to go with my man, Jaxson Dart. Guys, Jaxson Dart is lighting up the NFL preseason as of right now. He is looking like the man, the myth, the legend. So we got to ask this question, guys. Buy or sell? Will Jaxson Dart be a starter in New York for the New York Football Giants by week 4? Ooh, that's tough, baby. That is tough, but buy or sell? Guys, the rookie Jaxson Dart, guys, has been lighting up the preseason. He's generating high headlines in New York, but let's break down the reality. Let's break down the reality. Guys, there's a lot of hype around him. And I am 100% buying the idea that Jaxson Dart will be on the field sooner than later. This kid is talented. He's got a rocket arm. He's mobile. He's poised. That's a rare for a first-year quarterback. It is what it is. It's very, very rare, and he has all the intangibles. We saw it firsthand in his debut at MetLife Stadium. Getting snaps with the first-team offense, guys, Jaxson Dart threw for a touchdown, even ran for one with the backups. He connected on a 30-yard touchdown strike to Theo Johnson. Do not sleep on Theo Johnson. He's going to be great. And then capped on a 71-yard touchdown run with the TD as well. And then he finished another drive on a goal line sneak. He was 14 for 16 for 137 yards and delivered all preseason hype before even giving away to Jameis Winston. Guys, the Giants drafted him in the first round for a reason. Because they see him as a long-term franchise quarterback. And after that performance last week, it's hard to argue against the vision. But here's the reality. However, here is where I have to sell the idea. The Giants' early schedule, guys, is brutal. They open up on the road versus the Washington Commanders. And then they head to Dallas to play the Dallas Cowboys, future Super Bowl champions. And then they host the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. And then week 5, they travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. As a bad Saints team, you're still on the road in New Orleans. And you're back at home in a primetime Thursday night game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That's tough. That is 5 games in a row against elite competition. And I don't see Brian Daboll risking his rookie quarterback in that gauntlet. So, the realistic earliest scenario I could see Jaxson Dart getting in for the New York Football Giants is week 7. Week 7, because the Giants get 10 days off after the Thursday night game versus the Philadelphia Eagles, in which they travel to Denver the following week. That's when I think we could reasonably see making Jaxson Dart his first meaningful start. But until then, it's about him continuing to develop behind Russell Wilson, learning the system, and get comfortable under center. But like I said, guys, Dart has been impressive in his MetLife Stadium debut. Do not get it twisted. He has done great things. He completed 13 consecutive passes, threw a touchdown, ran for another score. He has showed poise beyond the years, and he's even committed. He even commented after the game. I thought guys were making great plays for me. I was just trying to distribute the ball to the playmakers. That's the kind of mentality you want as a quarterback, and even let alone a rookie quarterback. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson has had his moments too, including an 80-yard bomb to Bo Collins, but he also threw an interception on a miscommunication. It just reinforces why the Giants are carefully managing Dart's development. So, guys, here is where I land. I'm buying Jaxson Dart has a future in New York, but I'm selling the idea that he will start by week 4. The talent is undeniable, but the schedule is brutal. Daboll's cautious approach and Wilson's presence make an early start very, very unlikely. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think Jaxson Dart should be on the field earlier, or is Brian Daboll going to do the right thing, protecting his young quarterback till bye week or week 8? Guys, drop your comments down below. This is a live interactive show, so let's get into it. Tony Tone says, flock shit. Ravens are terrible. Let's just be honest, right? Ravens are terrible. Old Man River says, never Old Man River. What? What? Are you talking triple person there? I don't know. Alpha Rob says, sell. I don't know about, I don't know, but about week maybe 9, the Giants are going to struggle. The Giants are a very, very weird team to me, right? They remind me of the Chicago Bears last season. They remind me of the Raiders last season, right? They have a brutal schedule. And no matter who your quarterback is, whether it's Russ, whether it's Jameis, whether it's Daniel Jones, whether it, flashback, right? Eli Manning, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't want your quarterback taking those shots after shot after shot. Eagles, Commanders, Chiefs, Cowboys. Right? Just slow it down, baby, right? Just slow it down. But the Giants are going to probably struggle sooner than later. We're going to see Jaxson Dart start, and then the schedule gets easier, and then people are like, oh, we should have started all season. We are going to hear it. Old Man River says sell because Russ threw an 80-yard and is a better passer. So just because Russell Wilson threw an 80-yard pass makes him better. Start the man, he says. Okay. Slow it down, baby. But okay. Whatever you say. Laura Johnson's in the chat. Oh, that's the wrong button. My bad, guys. My bad.
Get you some.
Laura Johnson's a big sympathy. She says, good evening, y'all. What's up, Laura? Get that power turned back on, girl. Damn storms. Knocking power out and shit. Alfred says, what week you think the Giants fans going to start booing Wilson? Week 2? That's the answer. Actually, it might even be week 1. Because they're going to be playing a divisional foe, the Washington Commanders. Granted, they're on the road. Russell Wilson's going to throw some bad interceptions. He's going to throw a couple moon balls, and you're like, we only lost by 20. All week long, you're going to see her, Jaxson Dart. Luckily, they're on the road. Then week 2, they're on the road versus the Cowboys. They're going to lose by 20 again. Jaxson Dart, right? And then if my predictions hold face and they do start 0-2, and the Kansas City Chiefs come into town and they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, we're gonna then it's gonna hush it up a little bit, right? Well, maybe Russ isn't so bad. He just learned the offense, whatever. I give it till week 5. I give it till week 5. If the Giants lose to the Saints in New Orleans, Jaxson Dart. Old member says week 8. I'm confirmed with that. The ghost of Jebediah Tribe, says Taysom Bajan's better than Caleb Williams. We'll see. I do like me some Taysom Bajan. But, Judah Tribe, you are new here, and thou shalt not get excited about the Chicago Bears in August. Man, our Bible. Protecting his quarterback. Protect what is great, says Laura. Man, I feel like Old Man River and Laura are on the same page. They are. They're picks and pundits.
Skin pun. Get you some.
You can be like them guys and talk our shit on the afternoon drive. Vikings 2 receivers love balls. They catch balls that come their way and got moves. Put them on your fantasy team. Oh. The Ghost of Tribe is talking shit on the Vikings, man. Slow it down. But guys, will Jaxson Dart be a week 4 starter, buy or sell for the New York Football Giants? I'm selling it. I think everybody else is selling it. I think it is sold. Get it out of town. Now, next up. Guys, buy or sell. Is Hendon Hooker a NFL bust? What? What, Buck? Are we talking about bust? Are we talking about preseason bust? We're talking about NFL pro. Like, what? Slow it down, Buck. Guys, buy or sell. Is Hendon Hooker an NFL bust? Guys, Hendon Hooker has struggled this preseason. The preseason numbers are hard to ignore. Hendon Hooker, the 2023 third-round draft pick, was once considered a potential successor of Jared Goff in Detroit. Matter of fact, many people thought he would take Jared Goff's job sooner than later. But so far, this is far been wrong. This has been so far wrong that we're going to call him a bust as of right now. Now, his struggles in preseason is a climate to the situation, I guess. I don't know. It's just been bad. But through 3 games, he is 16 for 29, 117 yards with 2 interceptions. He has been noticeably outplayed by Kyle Allen. Last week, he even got pulled earlier after losing 2 fumbles. Guys, even in his limited action, Hooker hasn't shown the consistency you want from a backup quarterback who could eventually be a starter. He has had 1 solid 2-minute drill, but it ended with the end zone interception. It is what it is. He sucks. And that's the kind of thing that keeps him behind Kyle Allen in the pecking order. Speaking of Kyle Allen, this is a guy who has taken the spotlight. After a rough debut in the Hall of Fame game with 2 interceptions, guys, Allen has bounced back in style. Over the last 2 weeks, he's thrown for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns with 84 completion percentage, including a perfect 158.3 passer rating against the Falcons. Can we just pause here for a second? Can we just make 100% like the highest that you can go? Like 158.3 passer rating. Like, stop it. I understand it's perfect, whatever you got. Just make it 0 to what? 2, like 100. 0 being 1 or worse, and 100 being the best. Rant over. But guys, even Coach Dan Campbell's even said, if you had to go in with the number 2 right now, I would trust Kyle Allen more because he's proven more in those 2 games. That's damning for Hendon Hooker. Allen is showing promise, command of the offense, and the ability to bounce back after mistakes. Hendon Hooker, meanwhile, has struggled to do the same. Just not very good. Guys, here is the reality. The NFL is not forgiving. Time is running out for Hendon Hooker to prove he deserves a backup role, let alone a future starting role. Detroit has to decide whether they keep him to keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks on their initial roster, and Hooker's grip on the quarterback 2 position not slipping fast. Guys, the big picture right now, the way things stand, Hooker is trending toward bust territory. His talent is undeniable, but the production just isn't there yet. And Allen is outshining him in every chance he can get. It is what it is. So guys, here is my take. I'm selling the idea that Hendon Hooker will be a successful NFL quarterback. He's still got time, sure, but right now, the preseason tape doesn't lie. Detroit is seeing a clear difference between him and Allen, and the gap isn't shrinking. But I want to hear from you. Is Hendon Hooker a best waiting to happen, or do you still think he can turn things around and earn the quarterback spot too in Detroit? Guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Let's get into your thoughts. Ghost says Hooker sucks. He's like, it is what it is. Hendon Hooker sucks. And Ghost, you know what? I was kind of on the Hendon Hooker's not bad train, right? I was very confused of why the Lions drafted him when they did, right? Because I thought Jared Goff was still a very, very pliable quarterback. But then we heard, contract situations coming up, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Ben Johnson's system is a plug-and-play quarterback. Like, all that we'll see, obviously. But more I watch Hendon Hooker play, the more I watch him practice, the more I watch him interact with people and fans, the more I watch him in preseason games, he sucks. He sucks. He's not very good. He was great in Tennessee. Tore his ACL, I think, his senior year. Still got drafted. He was projected to be a first-round draft pick. Tore his ACL, dropped down to third. He was projected to the 3rd or 4th, 5th round picks. Lions took a chance on him at the 3rd, and I think they just swung and missed. Laura says, hence it's preseason. Thank goodness for preseason. Laura, we just talked about preseason. See, people were saying, oh, it's Caleb Williams, it's preseason, is whatever. But now we're saying, oh, Hendon Hooker's a bust. Thank God it's only preseason, right? Can't have it both ways, baby. We can't have it both ways. We need to stay on one side of the aisle. Do we love preseason or do we hate preseason? That's what it comes down to. Alpha Rob says, I've never heard of him. You never heard of Hendon Hooker. So this is me not talking shit because obviously there's a lot of backup players from other teams that a lot of people have not heard of. But Alpha Rob, after this show's over here in about, half hour, 45 minutes, whatever we go to, I want you to go to YouTube, go to TikTok, whatever, look up Hendon Hooker highlights from Tennessee. He was a dog. He was a dog. He had some great plays in college, most notably against the University of Kentucky, my wife's Wildcats. Alpha Rob says, insert flush sound effect, please. And Alpha Rob says, if you're struggling in preseason, you are trash. Ooh. That's tough, baby. That is tough. But probably not wrong. But guys, buy or sell. Is Hendon Hooker a bust? Tough. All right, guys. So next up here on the buy or sell, we're going to talk about Quentin Johnston. Speaking of NFL bust, guys, buy or sell, is Quentin Johnston a NFL bust? That's right. The wide receiver from the LA Chargers got hurt yet again. The man got broken hands. Now he's got a broken head. It is what it is. But guys, Johnson's preseason has gone quite smoothly as they wanted to this season. On just the third play of the Chargers game against the LA Rams, he took a huge hit from safety Tanner Ingle while running a deep route and landed flat on his back. He laid there motionless for several minutes and had to be carted off the field. Coach Jim Harbaugh confirmed he suffered a concussion and was taken for further evaluation at the hospital. Now, to be clear, he is okay. He does have a concussion, but he is okay. Harbaugh said Johnson was walking and talking and moving and remember the play. That's a huge relief. But the scary hit raises questions about his health and ability to stay on the field consistently, especially in a league where durability is key. And let's just be honest. Everybody gets injured in LA. If you wear the powdered blue and yellow, you're probably going to get injured. That's just what it is. But let's not forget why the Chargers drafted him in the first round out of TCU in 2023. Yes, last season he did finish with 55 catches for 711 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has speed, he has size, he has playmaking ability, and could be a star in LA. The talent is all there. There's no doubt about it. He's expected to be a starter. He's expected to be a star this season, lining up with Justin Herbert. Who knows how to get the ball the weapons? The potential is huge. Keyword there, the potential is huge. Johnson could be a primary weapon in this offense if he stays healthy and consistent. But here's the reality. If Johnson can't stay on the field, the upside doesn't matter. Injuries and missed time are brutal for young receivers trying to solidify himself as a center stone of the NFL offense. One concussion this preseason doesn't make him a bust, but it's a red flag and the margin of error is very, very slim. And by the way, he still has broken hands, meaning he can't catch the damn ball. But guys, here is my take. I am buying that Johnson is a very, very talented receiver with the superstar potential, but he's on notice. I'm going to waffle around the answer a little bit. Durability is a part of his value, and the NFL doesn't wait for guys to figure it out. If they can't stay healthy, stay consistent, stay on the field, he can be fine. Miss more time, the question will start to mount. He will be out sooner than he got in. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Quentin Johnston will live up to the first-round hype, or is he trending down to bust territory? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. This is a live interactive show, so let's get into it. Ghost says sell. Sell. He says Quentin Johnston is a bust. Oh, listen, Ghost, you are not wrong. This man can make a spectacular one-handed catch behind his back, get it between his legs and dunk it on the field goal post, but then the very next play, it hits him in his chest. Both hands, he's got the diamond, he's ready, and he drops it. And now he's injured. Last year he got injured. Everything's there, but not in LA. Ghost says he's absolute trash. Absolute trash. Old Man River says, night, y'all. Canna Boys duties night all. My man's in Vegas. It's like 6 o'clock in Vegas. You ain't going to bed. He's going to bed, right, boys? Okay. Have a good night, Alpha Rob. Or Old Man River. Good night, buddy. Alpha Rob says, if he keeps going to get hurt, the league is going to pass him by. Much like Mike Williams, much like Keenan. So that was the biggest thing about Chargers receivers is they can't stay healthy. It doesn't matter who you are. Ladd McConkey just got hurt last week. He missed 3 or 4 days of practice. Mike Williams got hurt, ended up retiring. It's just, I don't know what's going on in LA, in Chargers camp. Injuries are a real thing, and it's starting to just like, what? Like, what? What is wrong with your life right now? What is wrong with your life? Get off there. Time for Factor Crap. All right, guys, we're winding down the show. The Man Hour live, raw, uncut, every Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time is winding down, but we're not quite done yet. Guys, we're time for our final segment, a little bit of fact or a little bit of crap. Here's the deal. I'm going to throw out some segments, some facts that are floating around the NFL world. It is up to decide if it's a solid fact or if it's a whole lot of crap. We're going to celebrate the truth from the nonsense, cut through the hype, and see what's really worth believing. If it's legit, we're all about it. If it's pure garbage, we're calling it out. So sit back and relax as it's about to get real, because it is time to just do a whole lot of fact or a whole lot of crap. All right, guys, so let's find out what is on store for Factor Crap. Xavien Howard, guys, makes the Colts top dogs in the AFC South. Fact or crap? So, guys, if you are not following us over here at manhourradio.com, reading the blogs, you would have found out today that Xavien Howard did sign a $5 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts. A 1-year, $5 million reportedly worth up to $5 million. It's a incentive base, right? He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He has been a shutdown corner in his prime. He's twice led the league in interception in a career of total 29 picks, 95 pass defense, and 331 tackles. Guys, let's just be clear. If he can play or near that level again, the Colts secondary just got significantly better. Add him with Ward, Byam, Kenny Moore, Nick Cross, and suddenly the Indianapolis Colts had some serious talent in the defensive backfield and a wide open AFC South. Having a veteran lockdown corner should swing games and tilt the division in the Colts' favor. Let's just be honest. But here's the reality. Howard is 30 years old. And as we know, Father Time is undefeated. He did not play in 2024 for a reason, right? He spent the whole season out of football. After 8 seasons in Miami, questions about his leg, stamina, and ability to stick with younger, fast receivers are legitimate. It is. The AFC South isn't a guaranteed cakewalk either. Yes, I know Mellow Mike's Texans appear to be trending down. Let's just be honest about it. The Texans are trending down, and the Jaguars and Titans and even the Colts are closing the gap very, very fast. Now, one player, even someone with talented as Xavien Howard, isn't a silver bullet. But guys, here's my verdict. I think it is crap. It has very, very good potential upside. The upside is there. Howard adds talent and experience, but he doesn't automatically make the Colts a division favorites. The AFC South is wide open and arguably one of the worst divisions in football. It's still going to take a full team effort on both sides of the ball and not Anthony Richardson as quarterback for the Colts to take the top spot. But I want to hear from you. Guys, do you think Xavien Howard can still play at an all-pro level and lift the Colts to a top seed in the AFC South? Or is he just another veteran stopgap? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments. It's a live interactive show, so let's get into it. But before that, subscribe, hit the like button. Guys, remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/manhour. Alpha Rob says, Howard, what is this, 2020? Listen, not wrong, Alpha, but listen, Alpha Rob. If he could show flashes of 2019, 2020, hell, maybe even 2021, the Colts just stole this man. They stole him. They picked him from his couch and said, be great again. Maybe. But then after I was like, this is why the Colts are the Colts. I got no response for that. I got no response for that at all. The Colts are just, they're an average dumpster fire. They are a fire that's still, so think about the Colts. They are a burn pile, right? There's a lot of green in the burn pile. You cut down your limbs and they're still green. They're still fresh. You put them in the burn pile. the leaves like the next day or 2 days start to turn brown. So you pour some diesel fuel on it, you light it up, and you hear the crickling and the crackling and the water boiling out of the tree branches. You're like, this is finally the day that everything's going to burn down. And you walk away and the fire's out because it's still too green and everything's still there. Like you still see the remnants of like everything. And so like the next day, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, it starts to brown up like a little bit. In the meantime, you cut down some more trims, some more limbs. You add them to the pile again. Like, oh, there's a lot more dead in here. This dead will get the pick up the green and burn it, and you burn it, and it's still there. Like the burn pile just never gets smaller, never gets bigger, just keeps doing what it's doing. Like that's kind of what the Colts are. They're just there. They keep adding in just enough new old pieces, right, to be somewhat relevant there. I can still see you, but you're not really. It just, I don't know. The Colts just need to go to the gas station, buy 20 gallons of like fuel, dump that shit on there, light a match, and walk away. That is just what that's just a little. They just need to walk away. Papa's in the chat. He says, "You look all full red, sunburnt, baby. It's football season. The yellow doesn't help. Plus all the Chiefs Kingdom stuff, right? You gotta do what you gotta do." But guys, does Xavien Howard make the Colts AFC South favorites? I'm saying it's a whole lot of crap. It is what it is. Let's move on to the Indianapolis Colts. Guys, the Patriots will make a huge season move before the NFL season starts. Fact or crap? Fact or crap?